it's Big Man. I'm here to show you beats and other cool things.
Ayo, it's Big Man Beats, aka Lithian, aka Scream at Your Man. We ain't hollering at boys. Here to talk to you about the MPC. I'm on the MPC 1000 today. Talking a little bit about forgetting what I was going to say. Recording. I get a lot of questions via email on YouTube. And by the way, I appreciate your questions and comments. You know what I'm saying? If anybody has a question, if I have time, I'm totally willing to answer it. But talking a little bit about saving and my saving method. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. I have the hard drive in my MPC. So when you go mode load, you can see that I can load the hard disk, I can load memory card, I can load the internal memory. Highly recommend the hard disk. I have a 60 gig hard drive, I believe I bought, and I've used it for several years now, and I haven't even used a fraction of it. It's just little pieces of waves, and samples, and so it's completely worth it to get the hard drive. Highly recommend getting the hard drive adapter. So I have all of my sounds in kits, as you can see, saved as little samples, and then I have like my songs saved down here. Those are like sounds and stuff, and then I have different samples and what have you loaded up. So let's take, for example, I'm gonna make a song. Now, this same method works for if I'm gonna sample something new and then save it again. So let's just I'm just gonna pick random sounds. It doesn't really matter. Oh, and by the way, if you can't hear the sound, it's okay. It's like 5 in the morning here, and I don't want to have my speakers blaring. So let's say I have this sound and I load it. But let's say I sampled it. It doesn't really matter. And I say I pick some other stuff from some other kits. I pick that and that, and I make a song. So this is like a new. It says sequence 7 because I've been messing around, but let's just say I make a new song. So I add those sounds to my programs. Oops. That ting and that hi-hat. And then I make a song. So what I want to do, I have everything saved in the programs that I want. It's program 1. I don't really usually save my programs. So I'm going to go mode save, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the hard disk. And I'm going to hit new. This is the JJOS. I hit new. I make a new folder. I name it whatever I want. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to just have a random. But let's say for example this 2 Real kit was the new folder that I had saved. So I go into that folder and I'm gonna click do it. Now before I do that, I'm gonna go over to save entire memory. This is all programs, all samples, all sequences and songs. So all that stuff that I loaded up or sampled, I'm gonna save it again in this new folder. And yeah, like a lot of people say, that doubles up. So basically I have those sounds like twice on my MPC. But keep in mind that I have the hard drive, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe my hard drive will get filled in like 4 years or whatever, and I'll go out and for $20 or whatever buy a brand new hard drive. So what I want to do is I get to the folder that I want, so that my new folder that I'd save, let's just say whatever I called it. I'm going to go to that folder, I'm going to save entire memory, and I'm going to do it. This is like the best way to make sure that you save everything on your MPC, and you don't have to go back into folders that you saved or back into other programs that you use just as like random programs, so that you're trying to figure out like, oh, what program did I use? I gotta go back and find it. Everything's there, your kits, all your sounds, like it's saved and it's just ready to go. Also, I want to kind of just as a creative note, this encourages you to really like stretch your sonic creativity, because you have to, every time, it seems tedious maybe, but every time you load your MPC, you have to load new sounds. And so you can, save programs and have just 808 and just go nuts, or you might have to use a little creativity and just kind of, remember what your sounds sound like and load new ones, and maybe some sort of new kind of sonic happiness or some kind of mistake will come up, and that'll be better. So that's how I save sounds and samples and programs on the MPC 1000. I hope it helped.